We've been hearing for a while now about the lack of childcare in some of our rural areas. Well, there's a meeting tonight in Austin that's impacting home childcare centers and some new rules they may have to face later. Families, childcare providers, and businesses are invited to share their thoughts to help the Minnesota Department of Human Services in updating its in-home daycare licensing standards. No major changes have been made on those rules since the 1980s, and much of the standards are facility-based, which really isn't very realistic to home settings. Now, changing the language of the new standards would help keep these daycares in business and address the child care shortage, like I mentioned in Austin, which is why Austin Aspire and the Education Center are hosting an information session tonight with elected officials. All feedback shared tonight will be passed along to the state to consider for next year's legislative session.
We want to make sure that there's enough documentation to keep the child safe, but not so much documentation that that becomes a first priority versus spending time with the child.
Gibson says in-home daycares benefit more with intimate learning spaces for low-income families and employment, and you can offer your feedback at the meeting tonight at 6.